Shakespeare was Verdi's god. The last two pieces that he composed in his life were both based on Shakespeare's works, Othello, and Falstaff, which was based on Merry Wives of Windsor.
The New Jersey Opera Theater, which does fully staged performances during its Summerfest in Princeton, recently mounted a midwinter, semi-staged performance of Verdi's last masterpiece, Falstaff. Scott Altman, an accomplished opera singer himself, founded the young company in 2003.
These are all professional singers that I've either worked with as a singer myself, as a colleague on stage, or I've auditioned them and like their talent a lot. And I've tried to assemble a very even, high quality ensemble cast, which is the nature of Falstaff. It is a very intricate, through-composed opera. And the comedic genius that Verdi has created with Falstaff is that one sequence rolls effortlessly into the next.
Well, it's unique, particularly among Verdi's work, because this is really one of the only comedies that Verdi wrote, and it's his final work.
Okay. That you don't stop at all. It's just like, oh my God, we've got to get out of here.
Okay.
And he actually was brought back out of retirement. After he had written Othello, he thought that was it. He didn't want to write another opera. But the thought that he could actually do another Shakespeare is what brought him back out of retirement. He was, I think, 80 or 81 at the time that he started working on Falstaff.
Verdi's longtime collaborator, Arrigo Boito, coaxed the revered Italian composer out of retirement with a completed libretto. Verdi had wanted to write a Falstaff opera for more than 50 years.
Boito and Verdi knew each other intimately. So Boito knew how Verdi composed, and Verdi knew how Boito wrote. They took Shakespeare's text, and first of all, you're going from English to Italian. And then in opera, what's so wonderful is you can take a moment that would be a thought and expand it. So there's always that challenge as well, is this moment expandable, which is part of the genius of Falstaff. It's a big somersault through the story. There are very few moments where the action stops, where there's, as I was mentioning earlier, a set aria or a moment where I sing, ooh, I'm in love, I'm in love. It's really, I'm in love is happening over here, and the ladies are talking about how they're going to get Falstaff over here. So it holds very well to what Shakespeare intended in the plays.
It was the Queen Elizabeth, that said, I want a play about this Falstaff character, which is where Merry Wives of Windsor came from. And he has so many levels, so many intricacies to character. He is constantly made fun of and ridiculed for his size, which today is not politically correct. But he is also old. He is past his prime, but he's trying to make himself younger.
I love when Falstaff introduces at the top of the third act when he's soaking wet after being dumped in the river from the scene before. And I love the musical moment because you have all of the strings doing this magnificent theme and Falstaff puttering in on the stage in the basket. It's a great moment.
The part I love, I think the most, is the fugue, which is the very end of the piece where we just get to stand and sing, and it's kind of the moral of the story that essentially you know? Men are silly and we laugh at each other, and yeah, we get stressed out and there's suffering in the world, but there's also joy and peace and a lot of good things too.
I think as his last opera, he may have been thinking about all the world being a folly or a joke. The drama stops before the epilogue, and Falstaff turns to his audience directly and says, "Tutto nel mondo è burla." All the world is a joke, or all the world is a folly. So I think it was Verdi's last hurrah.